So we are on our way to our doctor's office to have me get tested for this bacteria called H. pylori. For like the past 6 weeks, in some way, shape, or form, somebody or all of us have been sick. We'll get a few days of like being better, and then we all get sick again. Brian's walking out here watching me talk to the camera. Anyway, but like for some reason, like for the past like 6 weeks, we'll get better for a little bit and then get sick again, get better, get sick, get better, get sick. And most of it's like GI symptoms, but I finally just called my doctor and was like, I cannot take this anymore. Like, I need to figure out what this is. Like someone's missing something somewhere, because I've been to the ER and no one can like figure it out. So hope we can make it over there in time to get the test done and see what's going on. Hopefully they can check Wyatt too, because I think Wyatt's been feeling bad. He's been having a lot of stomach stuff too. So guess we'll see what they say. We overslept so much today, but like we're all sleep deprived, so I hope they have time to test us. So we sat in the doctor's office for a couple of hours just to be told that they don't even have the test there. They have to order it. It probably won't even be there until like this Friday or next Monday. So we literally sat in the waiting room for nothing today, which is frustrating, but at least I have medication that can help me like cope with this until we figure out what it is. Last night was like the first night that I was actually like able to sleep without like tremendously unbearable pain. So at least I know I can get through it until they can run the test. And I'm also going to have them test Wyatt just to be sure, because at this point like he's not able to like tell me if he's in pain. I just have to kind of read his body language and his signals, and I can tell he's not feeling right. So kind of sucks that we have to wait till next week to see what's going on, but I guess it just is what it is. So that's the update for now. Hopefully we'll figure out what's going on soon. Hey guys, I just wanted to come on here and kind of finish this video up for the day. I'm going to film this in the kids' room because this is the only quiet room in the house right now, and kind of feel like I'm in one of those moods that like a lot of people get in with this whole year. Like I'm just like feeling kind of down, a little like impatient. I don't really know. Like I just wanted to be in a room by myself, to be honest. But anyways, like I wanted to finish the video about the doctor appointment because for like almost 2 months now, like I know it started with me Halloween night, like it really got intense Halloween night, but for like 2 months now, my whole family has been passing sicknesses back and forth. Initially, like Halloween night, I went to the ER and they couldn't really figure out what was wrong with me. Everything came back normal, but I was like vomiting violently, like having terrible stomach problems. I was in insane pain. And when I went to the ER that night, they were like completely convinced that I was having like appendix problems, and they could never find like anything wrong with me. They just said that like whenever you have stomach problems and like if you have diarrhea, sometimes your body will swing the opposite direction and make you constipated, but eventually like my body would level itself out. And it wasn't too long after that that me and my husband were like on the couch, like barely able to function, and we went to urgent care to get tested for COVID, and he ended up testing positive. Now that was several weeks ago. Me and the baby tested negative for COVID, but we have all for the past like several weeks just been passing things back and forth to each other, and we're just not getting better. Like I said earlier in the video, like we'll be okay for a day or two and we think we're coming out of it, and then we go right back downhill again. And I'm sure that there's probably a chance that, you know, we've already had COVID, but I also know there's a lot of discrepancy and like a lot of controversy over like the accuracy of the test. and the doctors like suggested that we didn't even do the antibody test because it was just not accurate. So who knows, like maybe we have all had it. I know my husband has for a fact, but these last 2 months have just been so exhausting, and I literally, like, part of me wants to cry and the other part of me wants to just go lay down and take a nap because I'm so tired of being tired. I'm so tired of being sick, and it just seems like this is just not getting better. So as I was looking into this bacterial infection that the doctor thinks we may have, like the best way that I can understand it is that it's a bacterial infection. It's not viral. You usually catch it like off of maybe silverware or food. It's kind of, I guess you kind of catch it similarly to the way you would get food poisoning, but it's like a stage 1 carcinogen, and if it's untreated, it can lead to like stomach cancer, which is incredibly scary. And they told us that this is not going to go away on its own. So I think I'm having like anxiety tonight about Wyatt because I want him to like get the test as soon as possible so that if something's wrong, we can get him treated and get him feeling better. So I'm still like frustrated and disappointed that we got us all ready and went and sat in the waiting room for 2 hours when they called me last night and told me to come get this test today. And after 2 hours of sitting there and wasting our time trying to keep our 2-year-old entertained, oh well, sorry, we don't even have the test anyway. And like it just kind of, I don't know, it kind of wears on me, honestly. It's so frustrating. It's so hard to find like a good doctor like in this area, and then when you find one that you like and you have little moments like this, like I know that human error and like mistakes happen, but at the same time, like if my son is suffering, like I want him to get better. And it's just really frustrating that we never achieve like true healing. We only get like a few days worth of a taste of healing, and then we all go downhill again. And to top it off, like here we are like in the middle of all this 2020 chaos with all of the politics and election stuff going on, with all of the COVID stuff going on. We're literally like a couple weeks away from Christmas. I couldn't even attend Thanksgiving this year because I was so sick that I just had to stay home and like lay in bed because I was so miserable. And to top it off, like we're on the cusp of moving as well, and it just feels like this like freight train of chaos and like problems and challenges is just kind of being dumped on us all at once. And Brian's been home a lot lately with me because obviously when you get COVID, you have to quarantine for quite a while. And I think that sometimes like when you're in close quarters with someone like every day, you kind of get impatient with each other. You kind of wear on each other's nerves and you already don't feel well. So it's just been kind of like a frustrating time. And like the last few Christmases, like I've really not been interested in participating. I've struggled with postpartum depression with Wyatt and just really kind of wanted to just be isolated and be left alone. And this Christmas, like I've really started to feel like more in the Christmas spirit and more wanting to participate and see people, and just excited about some of the gifts we bought people and things like that. And even today, talking to a family member, they said that we may not even have a Christmas if everyone is like continuously like getting sick. And this is really just kind of starting to wear me out. I'm really over this. Like I'm exhausted and I'm tired of like things not getting better. To top all of this off, Wyatt just turned 2 a few days ago, and my hope or my commitment was to try to nurse him for 2 years. That was like my goal. And he loves to nurse. He has started to like self-wean from time to time. Like he went like 3 straight days and didn't even ask for it. And then he'll like maybe nurse 1 time and then go 2 days and not ask for it. And I thought he was just really on the fast track to wean himself. And like several days ago, he just became cuckoo about nursing again, and he wanted to nurse non-stop. He wanted to be on me day and night. But like the last nursing session we had, he like latched onto me with his teeth and would not let go. And I literally felt like he had bit my nipple off. It was so painful that when we got him off of me, like I had to have Brian take him, and I came to the back and just cried my eyes out because it hurt so bad. And I am desperately like trying to let him self-wean, but the doctor has me on 3 prescriptions right now to try to kill this bacteria, and one of the prescriptions that I'm on, he cannot nurse while I'm on it. So I'm kind of torn on after I get done with the prescriptions, if I should let him pick it back up and continue to kind of self-wean as he's ready, or if I should just not confuse him and just cut it off, which was not the way that I wanted to wean him. But I have been putting like my health and my needs on the sidelines so that he can nurse. And it feels very selfish and cruel and evil to stop nursing him like in the middle of a pandemic, in the middle of flu season, in the dead of winter. Like it just feels wrong for me to choose myself, which is why I've continued to put this off. But like I have health issues that need to be addressed that I can't address like while I'm nursing him. So that's just like another frustration that I'm carrying, and I wanted to make a separate video about weaning him, but I don't even know what video to film because I don't even know what's going to happen when I'm done with the medicine. So that's just like another thing on top of all of this other crud that I'm trying to like figure out and manage. And he keeps asking to nurse, and I went to the store last night and bought all kinds of alternatives to try him on, and so far he is not impressed by any of the things that we have tried him with. He just doesn't want anything but the breast. And Jace like took to almond milk like that. He loved it. It was a perfect replacement for him, and he was so easy to wean. But Wyatt just doesn't like the alternatives. So stay tuned for the update on that. But so far, that's what's going on. So I'm definitely nervous for the next couple of weeks to see how this all plays out, because he's not taking it very well whenever I can't nurse him. I'm ready for things to start looking up, and I don't really know how else to say it in this video or what else to say, because that's just what it is. It's like we're going through all of these life changes, and this is the first year that I'm starting to like feel a little more healthy than I have. And of course it would be the year that like the world is falling apart, or at least it feels that way sometimes. So I don't know, I just wanted to put like this small update on what's been going on our side up for you guys, so you can know what's going on. And I'll continue to update more details on the move and what this sickness is, but just wanted to come on here and be honest that it's been kind of a rough time lately, and I really am ready for things to start becoming positive and start looking up again. But anyways, I'll film soon when there's something to update on, but I just wanted to put that out there, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye guys.